Here in Rosemont, Illinois, we've got two teams trying to pick up some points. It's the last chance to make a first impression here on opening weekend. We've got Team Piancastelli looking for their first win, taking on Team Hayward. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have got two games coming your way. Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Collins, alongside my partner, two-time Olympian Danielle Laurie, and we've had a blast here for opening weekend. We've also had some history. Just yesterday, Kat Osterman threw the first no-hitter in Athletes Unlimited history. It was fun to watch. All right, final day of our opening weekend. Still a lot is on the line, Danielle.
Well, and you look at Team Piancastelli going 0-2 so far. The importance of moving up that leaderboard is winning games and winning innings, and you don't want to end on a loss, so there's a lot going into this game with both these two teams.
Yeah, this league is all about points. Let's take a look at our league overview. 60 of the best players in the world divided four ways, teams of 15. They change every single week. When it's all said and done after 5 weeks, we will crown one individual champion. And the way we do it, Danielle, is with that scoring system, which is so unique to Athletes Unlimited.
Well, and I love that, right? And if you win, you're at the top. And you look at Kat Osterman, and her no-hitter yesterday puts her at 370 points. So the importance of being on those winning teams, or being the pitcher on those winning teams, can really launch you up there pretty quick. That is our Geico leaderboard. You notice, yeah, Team Osterman, the team in gold, they have the lion's share of the players on the top 10. All right, for Team Hayward, Victoria Hayward's team, they've been riding that roller coaster this weekend. A little bit up, a little bit down. Yeah, no, first game, 6 runs, 4 home runs, and a little quiet, obviously, yesterday, being no hit by Kat Osterman, and knowing the importance of needing to win those games, and you want to end on the highest note possible going into the draft on Tuesday. So look for Vic to try to get her team a legit game plan, something offensively brewing. All right, getting ready to play some softball. Before we do, let's take a look at the lineup brought to you by Geico for Team Piancastelli. Erica Piancastelli is the captain. She writes her name in the cleanup spot. 1, 2, and 3, Janie Reed, Kelsey Harshman, Megan Wiggins. Following Piancastelli, Sarah Gronewagen is going to be the pitcher. She's going to hit for herself in the 5-hole. Kaylee Clifton, Britt Vonk is the shortstop. Riley Sarton Vaughn making her first start of the season. She'll be the third baseman. And Sierra Bryant also making her first start of the season. She will be out in right field. For Team Hayward, 1 win, 1 loss. This is how they line up. Alicia Casio, the All-American from Florida. She'll be the starting pitcher, throwing to Gwen Svekis. Flippin and Bates, a great left side of the infield. Ali Aguilar, the Olympian, with Katiana Mauga on the right side. Morgan Zirkel, Morgan Howard, bookending Morgans in the outfield, surrounding the captain of Team Hayward, Victoria Hayward. Let's talk about Alicia Ocasio. This is her second start of the weekend. Also saw her start and throw well on Saturday. Well, and she was someone last year, too, who was just so effective. And the first time an Athletes Unlimited kicked off last year. But, I mean, she just is so versatile, right? She can throw to both sides of the plate. But what makes her so unique and so hard to hit is that she can change speeds with the best of them. Not only does she have that great changeup, she throws a little bit of an off-speed drop and an off-speed curve. Looks like the black and green of the Arlington Heights Thunder is here tonight. All 4 teams playing games 3 consecutive days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to do that for 5 straight weeks. So far, Team Piancastelli losing on Saturday, 1-run game against Team Osterman, 3-2, and then lost yesterday, another close, low-scoring game. They lost 3-1 to Team Warren. Well, we had a little bit of weather yesterday, had a delay in our second game of about an hour. Didn't affect Kat Osterman through that no-hitter. But tonight, picture perfect. Can't complain about the weather at all. It's been temperatures in the 80s all day long. We still have sunshine here in the western suburbs, just outside of Chicago, as Janie Reed leads us off. Two games so far. 2 hits for Janie Reed, and she's played a flawless left field. All right, here we go. Game's first pitch, 67 miles per hour. A little bit up high, ball 1. Ocasio currently 15th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. After tonight's games, the top 4 players, point total, will be the captains for next week's games. And
24 hours from now, they've got enormous responsibility because those captains have to draft a brand new team. Right back to Ocasio. No one fields her position better. One down.
The first baseman, number 33, Kelsey Harshman.
You hear Alicia Ocasio talking. As good a pitcher as she is in as many games as she won, I think one of the things she's most proud of, maybe the most thing she's most proud of, is her ability to defend in the circle.
Yeah, no, she's able to get off the mound quick. Could potentially play a lot of other positions. I've seen her play with the Pride. She was playing a little bit of second base, so she's just a pure athlete.
What was that all about? Ocasio tossed the ball to the umpire and looked at it?
I think they were thinking that Reed kind of nubbed it off the end of the bat, so it might have made a little slice in the ball, so the umpire was just coming over to check.
Kelsey Harshman takes a swing at the first pitch, fouls it back to the screen. Harshman, 1 hit in 5 at-bats over the weekend. Second-year pro from Wisconsin. Didn't mean to, down to the count 0-2. That'll make it into right field. Game's first hit. 1-out single for Kelsey Harshman.
The center fielder, number 25, Megan Wiggins.
We saw Kelsey Harshman last year, rookie, just fresh out of college. This year she looks like a different player. She's been asked to do a lot more, hitting in the top of lineups. She's playing every day, and just looks like she's a more confident player.
Well, and she's had a lot of experience over this past year, right? Like training with Team Canada, being with them day in and day out, grinding, and going to the Olympic Games and performing at that level. And you earn respect that way, and everyone in this league knows and saw her perform.
Called strike 1 to Megan Wiggins. Wiggins 1 for 7 through 2 games. Long-time pro. This is her 11th season playing professionally. Did she go too far? They appeal. Nope, no swing. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wiggins. Ball and 2 strikes. Small little wrinkle in Team Piancastelli's lineup. Yesterday, Wiggins was hitting in the 2 spot, moved her down to the 3 hole today. Chase to pitch, and that is the first strikeout for Ocasio. 2 down.
The catcher and the captain, number 34, Erica Piancastelli.
So 3 batters into the game. Ocasio has given up a single to Harshman. And she's now 1 out away from getting into that dugout. Needs to attack Erica Piancastelli. Best to ever come out of McNeese State, that's for sure. I think many people would say she's the best to ever come out of the Sun Belt Conference. She was unbelievable during her 4-year college career. Trying to get on track here in this year's edition of Athletes Unlimited. 2 hits in 6 at-bats. Does not have a home run. That's newsworthy. She was tied for the league high in homers with 9 in 15 games last season. Ball and 2 strikes to Piancastelli. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Chase to pitch. Ocasio, just that wonderful changeup. And the side is retired. Couple of strikeouts for Ocasio. Scoreless game. Team Hayward heading to the bat rack. Hey fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone and enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. Don't have the Athletes Unlimited app? Well, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. Scoreless first half inning for Team Piancastelli. And now an opportunity for Team Hayward. This batting order brought to you by Geico. The captain, Victoria Hayward, she writes her name into the top line in that order. Ali Aguilar, Hannah Flippin, hit 2 and 3. DJ Sanders, a homer in game 1. Gwen Svekis, Katiana Mauga is the first baseman. Morgan Zirkle hitting 7 and 8 with the dynamic shortstop, Sis Bates, in the 9-hole. And the defense for Team Piancastelli, Sarah Gronewagen is going to get the start, throwing to the captain, Piancastelli. Sarton Vaughn is the third baseman. Vaughn the shortstop. Clifton Harshman right side. Janie Reed, Megan Wiggins, and Sierra Bryan in the outfield. All three can really run. Let's talk a little bit more about the pride of White Rock, British Columbia, Sarah Gronewagen.
Sarah getting the ball today, looking to redeem herself. Struggled a little bit in her last outing. I think the importance and the key for Sarah today is really just kind of trying to get into a groove with her catcher. And pitcher-catcher battery is so important. She's going to throw probably one of the best changeups in this league. Has that screwball curve, a little bit of an up and down.
All right, this is already an important part of the game for Team Hayward. Listen to this. They have played 2 games here over the weekend. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Hayward, Aguilar, and Flippin, are a combined 0 for 14. That's really the guts of your offense. 3 really good players who have had a slow start here in 2021.
When you want to think about like coming off and being no-no'd, it's a whole other feel going in against Sarah Gronewagen for Team Hayward, knowing you just got no hit.
Lifted into center field. Megan Wiggins, dealing with the sun, makes the play. So Hayward is out number 1. Now today is a super important day. You can call it moving day. Today is the day that everyone can grab some final points before the draft tomorrow. The leaderboard will be set after tonight's games. The top 4 performers will be the captains, and will make picks and decide on who is on whose team for next week's games. That draft happens tomorrow. Here's Ali Aguilar.
There it is, that pretty change up. Also take a look at the leaderboard here. Kat Osterman up top, winning pitcher, also threw a no-hitter yesterday, and it just kind of shows you win those games, you win those innings, you really jump up there pretty quick. As well as for pitchers too, like in order for them to earn points, for every single out that they record, strikeout, ground out, fly out, they're going to get +4 points. But it's when you give up those earned runs, that's when you give up 3-4 earned runs in a game, it's -10 for every single earned run you give up.
Yeah, actually, one of the most important parts of our game is actually the official score. A lot of responsibility, because the official score determines whether that was an error, whether it's a single or a moving to second is a double, and the official score determines the points. That's how the salaries are paid out. That's how teams are finished. That's how the leaderboard is ranked. Popped up. Out of play. All right, you know Sarah Gronewagen very well. You guys won bronze medals together over in Tokyo this summer during the Olympics, the first ever in the history of Canadian softball. What's the best thing that she does when she's in the circle?
Well, it's when she can locate that changeup, and that's her bread and butter. But if she's efficient with that curve and that screwball, it makes that pitch so much more effective coming out of her hand.
Deep to left field, going back on it. Janie Reed looks up, it's gone! All right, first hit here at Athletes Unlimited for Ali Aguilar, and it goes over the fence. It's a homer. 1-0 lead for Team Hayward. .40 points for Ali Aguilar with that home run.
And this is a 1-2 count, and I just think it's a little bit elevated, a little too sweet to throw. At that count, you got to get that a little bit more towards the chalk, and Ali Aguilar puts a pretty swing on a pitch that was left a little too much, and 40 points, cha-ching.
Actually make it 50 points, because scoring that run means that Team Hayward has now won the inning. Every inning that is played, whoever wins, whichever team wins that inning, 10 points are rewarded to every single player on that roster. So that one swing by Ali Aguilar got all 15 players on Team Hayward 10 points. Here's Hannah flipping, ropes it down the left field line. That's foul.
This was so close. Off-speed pitch, flipping a little early. Ooh, close to being a double.
Flippin would have loved it. She doesn't have a hit so far in the year, which is a stunner to me. She's 0 for 6 after such an electric first go-round last summer. Two balls and a strike. On the ground, playable. Second baseman Kaylee Clifton throws out Flippin, 2 down.
Designated player 37.
Ali Aguilar, 0 for 4 her first 2 games this season, but a home run here in this bottom of the first inning to give Team Hayward an inning win. Here's DJ Sanders. Interesting wrinkle when you think about DJ Sanders. She has 1 hit. She's 1 for 6 so far here this season, yet she is 9th. 9th out of 60 players on the leaderboard because that 1 hit was a 3-run home run, and she got some MVP points because of it. She got MVP 1, which is 60 points because she had a 3-run home run back in Saturday's win. That ball is just foul right side. 0-2 to DJ Sanders.
And that just kind of shows, being able to have that ability to hit that big time home run, how much that can kind of boost you up a little bit, right? Like 40 points plus winning those MVP points, an additional 60 points puts you at 100 right out of the gate. And that doesn't count those inning win points, excuse me. It doesn't count the 50 points you get for winning the game.
Golfed to the first baseman. Harshman makes the play. Side is retired. But Team Hayward, they draw first blood. Ali Aguilar, her first hit is a home run here at Athletes Unlimited Play. 1-0 lead. Team Hayward on top of Team Piancastelli.
And now Alicia Casio standing on the mound, 6-6, and ball's coming in, and we have another strike, and 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh. Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
I think most people would agree. Nadia Taylor, great teammate.
Oh,
Man, she's fun.
I wish I would have got the chance to play with her. Just such a hard worker. Was talking with her earlier today, and she was just saying, you know, struggling a little bit with hitting and this and that. And she goes, you know, I'm still getting in that early work. And she was someone that I remember last year when I was throwing on Mondays. I would always see her in there just getting reps, like hours before the game. And I think it just goes to show, like, you still got to put in that work. You've never made it. It's just a constant, like, willingness to put yourself in a position to keep getting better. And she's one of the older ones in the league, and I know she doesn't like talking about it, but just because she told me she didn't like it, I got to say it.
I'm impressed. The fact that she's made it to 30 years of age and is still able to play professionally. Sarah Groenewagen, the pitcher, batting for herself, hitting in the 5-hole, leading things off here in the second inning. Two of the best two-way players in the world right now are duking it out. Groenewagen, pitcher/hitter. Alicia Ocasio in the circle, also an accomplished hitter as well. Groenewagen pops it up, just got underneath it. Foul territory flipping, runs out of room. How hard is it to be a hitter at this level and still be an elite pitcher?
It is very challenging. It is. You have to put in just as much time at both, and you can find yourself being exhausted. But
Ocasio has now struck out 3 in a row. 3 in a row dating back to the first inning. Good job by Ocasio. That's out number 1. Athletes Unlimited Softball on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. We could have a wonderful debate sometime about the greatest two-way players in the history of women's softball. Your name's on that list, Danielle Laurie, Jenny Finch, Lisa Fernandez. All right, 1 down here in the second inning. Kaylee Clifton is batting for the first time. Alicia Ocasio has been really good. Gave up a 1-out base hit in the first inning to Kelsey Harshman, but has since struck out Wiggins, Piancastelli, and now Groenewagen.
And it's been that off-speed pitch for her. Like every single batter that she has struck out, it has been on something off-speed, something just changing the hitter's eye plane down.
It's got some giddy up too, 66 miles per hour. 3 balls and no strikes to Clifton. See if she takes, just tries to get on base any way possible. A walk counts for 8 points for an individual batter. Three balls and a strike. Clifton from Wayne, Oklahoma. Went to Norman to play for 4 years. Wildly successful. Won 2 national championships playing for the Sooners. Off-speed pitch on 3-1. A beauty. Clifton clearly was thinking something else was covering.
Well, and it just goes to show, like if you're throwing that at a 3-1 count, you are fully confident in that pitch. Hitters aren't really expecting a 3-1 change, a 2-1 change.
Another changeup. This one popped in the air. Second baseman Aguilar. That is now 4 in a row, retired by Ocasio.
Purple shortstop, number 26, Brent Bond.
So just to give you a taste of the scoring system, Ocasio has now recorded 5 outs. Every out a pitcher gets is 4 points, so that's 20 points that she's picked up already. Britt Vonk swings at the first pitch. Aguilar throws her out. A very quick, effective inning for Ocasio. She goes 1-2-3 through the Team Piancastelli lineup. Bottom of the second inning, Team Hayward a 1-0 lead over Team Piancastelli. Fans join us at the ballpark for game day. Tickets are available. Go to auprosports.com/tickets. That has been a big difference from last year's inaugural season. Fans were not in the building last year, so this year we have smiles and friendly faces. And they've seen history. A no-hitter last night thrown on this field by Kat Osterman. She did it against Team Hayward. Team Hayward has dusted themselves off. They already have won the first inning. They have 10 points, every single person in that dugout, because they won the first inning. They've got a chance to win the second inning should they get a run here. Gwen Svekis leads things off. Sarah Groenewagen. Only damage done in the first inning. The home run by Ali Aguilar. All right, Danielle, give us a taste. Talking about Sarah Groenewagen. She's from your neck of the woods. You guys are both Canadian. You guys are both from Vancouver. She's from White Rock. You ever been to White Rock, British Columbia?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from my house. Come on, Eric.
Is there really like a White Rock? Why is it called White Rock?
There is. Yes, it is.
Why you...
A big old white rock. A lot of graffiti on it now, though. But
that is a fair ball. Possible extra bases for the speedy Svekis. Oh, yeah. Stand-up double for Gwen Svekis. Second double of her opening weekend, and she's in scoring position.
20 points for the team Hayward catcher. Here's the first baseman, number 45, Piancastelli.
yeah, that is a fair ball. Sarton just got a glove on it, and then let's Reed chase it down in the outfield. Good at bat by Gwen Svekis.
Here's Katiana Mauga. Is her job to get Svekis over to third, or is her job to drive her in?
And this is really the first at bat we're seeing her. So she's just kind of dipping her toes in here. I mean, I would want to go with trying to win this inning again. So I think the importance of really trying to move that runner over, even if you're hitting it something to the right side, see it a little bit deeper.
Mauga goes right side. Let's see if Svekis tags up. She will not. Decides not to tag up. That is out number 1.
The right fielder.
So an unproductive out for Mauga. Next in line will be Morgan Howe. Next two batters in the order for Team Hayward, Morgan Howe and Morgan Zirkle, both with homers back in Saturday's season opener. Called strike 1 to Howe. Howe is a college player. Played at Fresno State and Arizona State. She wore number 47. Here with Athletes Unlimited, she wears number 74. I think that's the inverse. Were you a math major by any chance at Washington?
No, I
Okay.
was not.
Okay. Well, 47,
Sadly.
now 74. So maybe it's the opposite, the reciprocal, the inverse. I'm not sure, but the same numbers, but just flip-flop.
She was a lot of fun to watch last year. I remember her hitting the first home run off a cat. She just hit it literally straight into the scoreboard, and it was seeing her excitement running around the bases. It was a big deal for her.
In the air, is it playable? Clifton calls for it, makes the play. That was a difficult catch. She was fighting the sun. She was stumbling backwards. She knew that Sierra Bryan was somewhere in the vicinity. 2 down. So Groenewagen is now 1 out away from getting out of this pickle. Allowed a leadoff double to Gwen Svekis. But Mauga and Howe retired. Here's Morgan Zirkle.
And right field is one of the toughest spots to play just because you have that sun that's going there right in right field, and there could have been a little bit of a collision there. Clifton kind of going back, not knowing where Bryan is. I think that's a great play by Clifton.
I remember when we were kids, people used to always think the right field was, just stick in right field. Right field, if most ballparks have a northeast orientation. Most ballparks face towards the northeast, which means that right field at this time of day, usually you're looking into the sun. So it's not an easy position to play. Oh, look at Svekis go. Getting frisky. Does she pay the price? No! Safe at third. And an immediate challenge by the captain, Erica Piancastelli. An immediate challenge. We'll see if this is going to be upheld. Oof. So the challenge, our replay official is Rachel Palmer, and she'll have the final decision. We'll give you all the looks that Rachel Palmer, our replay official, will have. If the call is overturned, that means that the inning is over. Every captain gets 2 captain's challenges throughout the course of the game.
Right now, I think they're thinking about and just having a discussion if they're going to use it or not, and it looks like they are not going to use that captain's challenge. There are 2 outs on the board. And
oh, interesting. I saw Piancastelli immediately tap her head, and I thought she was indicating that she wanted to challenge.
good cover by Vonk. Ooh.
Caught it, but on me, but I was on the bag already, I think.
See, Svekis knows. She's telling everyone. Love the mic'd up option. I think it's so fun to be able to tune in to the players right in the middle of the action.
It scored a wild pitch by Gronewagen. Into center field. It's all moot now. Single by Zirkle means Svekis scores, and it's another inning win for Team Hayward. RBI single for Zirkle. 2-0 lead for Team Hayward.
So pretty. She has such a good swing. It's going to bring that run home. This is right up the middle.
So 2 inning wins means 20 points for everyone on the roster for Team Hayward. Here's Sis Bates. First year that Sis is playing with Athletes Unlimited, and she has shown that she can more than keep up with everyone defensively. Man, I have been impressed with the way that she patrols shortstop. Gifted defender. She's gonna have to battle now, down to the count 0-2.
It makes you think, did Victoria Hayward pick some of those Huskies on purpose? I mean, Sis Bates watched her over her career at Washington, by far one of the best shortstops in the college game. It's transcending here to professionally.
Popped up, should end the inning. Play is made by Sarton Vaughn, side retired, but another run scores. Another inning win for Team Hayward. 2-0, they lead as we enter the third. Top of the third inning, so far so good for Team Hayward. They were no hit yesterday. Already have a 2-0 lead over Team Piancastelli. Head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear. And don't forget to follow on social at auprosports.com for exclusive inside content. Danielle Laurie, I'm Eric Collins. Alicia Ocasio has been the truth so far for Team Hayward. She has thrown 2 shutout innings. She's retired 5 in a row, and she has struck out 3. Ocasio will face 8-9-1 in Team Piancastelli's lineup. Here in the third inning, Riley Sarton Vaughn, followed by Sierra Bryan, and then Janie Reed. First starts here with Athletes Unlimited for Sarton Vaughn and Bryan. Sarton Vaughn, no swing, 1-0. All right, Danielle, you've seen more softball than I have, but Alicia Ocasio is doing something that I think is really unique. She has 2 fingers out of her glove.
It's a first for me too, Eric.
Hard foul. Yeah, some people keep all their fingers in the glove, sometimes see 1 coming out.
Usually I'll put 2 to the side
I've
together.
seen that before, yeah, but in your glove.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we need to figure that one out. Now, we know that she's an elite dynamic defender. Maybe this is the new style. That one's foul as well. So there's a lot of interesting glove work here in the infield for Team Hayward. Tatiana Mauka's got that highlight cesta. That thing is huge. Look at that. You could hold like 15 peaches in there. We saw that last year. She was a third baseman for the most part when she was a college player at Arizona. We've seen a lot at first base. But she's got that huge first baseman's glove. Softly to third. Flip in. Flips it over to that big glove of Mauga. Out number one.
Hey Gwen, can you hear us down there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let's go. We get a little catcher interaction behind the scenes.
That's right. This is cool, man.
You think you were safe at third there?
You know what? I think she put the tag on me. Definitely she caught it right on me, but I think my foot might have been in there. Oh, you guys tell me, where was it?
I thought they were going to captain's challenge it.
Yeah.
From up here, it was too close. Even on the replay, it was really boom, boom close.
Yeah. You look good. Keep going.
You're showing your wheels. Proud of you.
That's right. Eric challenged me last year. I needed to step up.
2 doubles on the year. I love it.
Oh, you good there? I'm good.
Hey, tell me about Ocasio's changeup. Oh, hold on.
I hit her.
Okay.
I want
Hold
to
up
give her a
first,
breather
I'm
for a
gonna
second.
to right
Yeah,
leg.
D. You look
Nice
good.
of her.
Yeah. Here we go. We got one. Make a play. Sorry, what'd you say, Eric?
Hey, just curious about catching Ocasio's changeup. It looks just so impressive.
Yeah, it's dirty, man. She does a really good job setting it up, too. Just drops off the table. You can know it's coming and still have trouble with it. Here you go, you and me! Yeah, D! On cue, man.
Any idea why she puts 2 fingers out of her glove?
Say that again?
Any idea why she puts 2 fingers outside of her glove?
I don't know, maybe because she was raised as an infielder? That's a good question. Here you go, you and me! Atta babe. Yeah, I'm good.
Gwen, talk to me about just the importance of the battery, right? Like sometimes it's always changing who you're going to be pitching to. What do you try to do to get a good, line of communication with your pitchers?
I'm huge on going out and talking to them. Something I learned from Rachel Fico on the Bandits is got 2 here! Atta babe. Rachel Fico on the Bandits is that a professional pitcher calls their own game. So just making sure that I try to get on the same page with them as quickly as possible, but reminding them that they're calling their game. I'm just here to make it easy along the way. That's been something that's been really huge in this league especially, is making sure they have the confidence to know their stuff and call their own game.
Love that.
Yeah, Lily. Here you go. Come to me. Yeah, D. Oh. Nice pitch.
I know you're used to always catching for Cat from last year, but throwing a no-no against you?
Yeah, it was rough, man. I tried my damnedest with those 2 errors.
Oh,
Come on,
my!
Sis.
Great play by Sis Bates, but no
Should've
chance to
gone down
get the
sooner.
speedy
That's on
read.
me.
We're good.
Here we go. We got 2 here. Got 2.
I mean, this is an incredible stab by Sis Bates, but we know the speed of Janie Reed coming up the line. This is just a no-doubter base hit all the way. But she's just able to get to things that not a lot of people can, and that had a lot of giddy-up behind it.
Yeah, Lily. Yeah, D. Oh.
Hey, Gwen, do you ever think about the pitch that you're throwing or calling when you have someone speedy at first base like Janie Reed?
You're good. You know what? I try not to, because to me, stolen bases are going to happen. I'm not particularly a catcher that hangs my hat on stolen bases. I would rather call a great game, and if a pitcher's strength is a changeup, I'm not going to not throw it just because there's speed on base.
Ooh, that was a pretty pitch. Tell the blue that could have went either way.
Yeah, Lily. Yeah, Lily. Here you go. Come to me. Atta babe.
So pretty. Wow.
Nice job, Lily.
Gwen, thank you for your time. That was awesome watching you do your work.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thanks for chiming in with me.
Awesome stuff.
Here we
That's
go,
how you
y'all.
call a ball game. Back in a moment.
Plenty of chances to
you're good.
Nadia Taylor has figured out the camera that goes back and forth over the third base dugout.
Carry's going, baby.
Look at that. Do we have toys or we have toys? Sparing no expense, we've got you covered.
I'm going to ask her if she's thinking about doing the power walking in the Olympics. She kept one foot on the ground there. That was great.
Bailey is in charge of that. It's pretty cool. Look at that. You get the headset, you get the microphone, you get the joystick, all the monitors. Big time. Big time. New pitcher coming on for Team Piancastelli. After Sarah Gronewagen goes the first two, Carrie Eberle comes on. She's been impressive. She's played in all 3 games now for Team Piancastelli. First ball swinging, Victoria Hayward. Her first hit of the season. Solid line drive single for Hayward.
Knowing that Eberle is going to throw a strike to lead off. Drop ball left up a little bit in the zone, and she's just able to take it right straight to center field. Stoked about it. Just setting the tone in that leadoff spot.
Aguilar lays down a bunt. Play is made at first. Wow. That was a bang-bang play. Good job by Sarton Vaughn to get it out of her hands quickly.
And I like it, just moving Victoria Hayward 60 feet, and Sarton Vaughn with a great play. Throws it off to her right foot on the money.
A productive softball play. That means 10 points for Ali Aguilar. A successful sacrifice bunt is worth 10 points. So Aguilar, for that bunt to get Hayward from first to second, got just as many points as Hayward got for getting the line drive single. One of the great things about the algorithm is it rewards good play. Anna Flippin. Flippin is 0 for 7 on her season, but you could say it's a hard luck 0 for 7. She's put the ball in play all 7 times. She just hadn't found a hole. There's a stat called BABIP, batting average of balls in play. And
How did it all go together again? What was it?
BABIP, B-A-B-I-P,
Oh.
batting average, balls in play. And clearly, 0 for 7, you should have. Odds are with you. You put the ball in play, you're going to find a hole somewhere, and she hadn't. 0 for 7. Four-pitch walk. So Eberle did have a base open. Maybe pitching around, flipping. Runners on at first and at second. I can imagine a world in which Victoria Hayward tries to steal third. Flippin can run behind her at first.
It's really where that third baseman is, because if it's just a straight runoff with you in the shortstop, it's easier. But if you have Sarton Vaughn, who's playing third base, right by third base, it's a lot easier for her to just get to the bag and tag it. But if it's a dead sprint between Vic Hayward and Brittany Vonk, that's when it's a little bit, seems easier to steal.
Sanders to third. Sarton Vaughn had enough time. She takes all of it, and she throws out Sanders at first. They are now 2 outs, but now 2 in scoring position for Team Hayward.
This is that down, heavy down. Good play by Riley Sarton Vaughn, especially with Vic Hayward kind of running right at her. Just focuses on fielding that ball and just trying to get an out at this point. Hayward, a lot of speed going to third base.
Here's Gwen Svekis. Svekis has 3 hits and 7 at-bats here for the opening weekend. 2 doubles and a homer. See her point total, bottom of your screen, 220. With her double, that's 20 points, and with 2 inning wins, she has 40 points tonight already.
I've been really impressed with Eberle in the circle. Just looking at her last 2 outings, 6 total innings pitched, had only given up 4 hits and had 14 ground ball outs, and it just goes to show you, keeping the ball in the park, if you can keep the ball down in the zone, you do a great job of that. It has that really heavy drop spin. Gets over top of her body really well, throws it mid-60s.
Eberle wasn't happy with that pitch called a ball, asking for clarification. This time gets the call. Well, Eberle had a sensational spring. Played at Oklahoma State, took him to the Women's College World Series. One of the best experiences you can have in the game of softball. And now off to a solid start as a pro. 2-2. Svekis stays alive. Eberle seems to throw that real heavy ball. It's like a bowling ball.
I think it does kind of help her with the way she brings her arm back. And you had mentioned it to me the other day. It's not your normal like swing back. She kind of just cuffs it like T-Rex arms it a little bit to just not move her arm much. But the way she's able to get her throwing arm out fast to get around it is so impressive.
Ball gets away. Here comes Hayward, has to retreat. Wow, fortuitous hop off the backstop, right back to Piancastelli.
This is a lucky hop, goes right off the wall in the back. As soon as you see it go past the catcher, it's an automatic, right? And she kind of retreats back and saw that it came off the wall pretty hot.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Eberle doesn't have to throw a strike to Svekis. There's a base open. Katiana Mauga is the next batter. All right, have to be careful of Svekis. And the bases are now loaded. Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Katiana Mauga. That is the first walk allowed by any pitcher in today's game. Runners on at first, second, and third for Mauga. Mauga finishing her college career second all-time in the history of Division I softball in homers. Only Lauren Chamberlain, more homers as a college player than Mauga. Big opportunity right here for Team Hayward. Wow, Mauga was looking for glory.
And if I'm Eberle in the circle, I'm going right back to that pitch. Gonna snap that drop ball down and in. That is a really hard pitch, and if Mauga's swinging at it, I'm going right back to that exact spot.
Chose a different spot. Ball and 2 strikes. Single by Hayward. Sacrifice by Aguilar. Single by Flippin. Bounce out by Sanders. The walk to Svekis. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 1-2. Just got it off the end of the bat.
Pretty rotation on that ball. Wow, just all of that. That angle. Seeing her get up over top, seeing that 12-6 drop spin rotation.
Mauga's always been super quick. Bases loaded. Should Hayward score, that would be the 3rd consecutive inning won by Team Hayward. All right, this may be the pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eberle doesn't want to go to 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and the bases loaded. then everyone would be in motion on the pitch. Bouncer, Sarton Vaughn. Uh-oh, little chicken wing, and out at first. Sarton Vaughn threw a changeup over to first, and she was bailed out by Kelsey Harshman. Tip of the cap to Harshman. That could have been disastrous. So, Team Hayward, they leave them loaded. Look at Harshman inning on the line if she didn't make this play. Guts of a cat burglar. Welcome back, everyone. Alicia Ocasio has been fantastic. 3 shutout innings for her.
I mean, shout out to Alex, our Piero boy. I mean, look at this. Look at that down spin. She is getting every single player on the strikeout on something down in the zone. I'm going to need to see an adjustment. Team Piancastelli, you know that's what she's going to keep going to until you make the adjustment. So we'll see what will happen that second time through the lineup.
So you think it's on Team Piancastelli to make the adjustment, not for Ocasio to add a different wrinkle second time through the lineup?
No way, Jose. If it's working, don't fix it. And we're kind of at that place right now. Like, she's continued to keep going down. She's doing a great job. I try to make the other team make the adjustment before I have to.
Through 3 innings, she has faced 11 batters. She has struck out 5 of them. If you're wondering, the point system here with Athletes Unlimited, you do not get rewarded for striking batters out. An out recorded anyway is worth 4 points. So already, just because of 3 scoreless innings, 36 points for Alicia Ocasio. 9 outs times 4, 36 points. Megan Wiggins leads things off. 2-0. One of the things we've noticed about Team Hayward this weekend is if you're going to score a run, you have to earn it, because the defense has been sensational. Victoria Hayward, the captain, making that clear that that was a priority. She knew that, of course, she's an elite defender in center field, but that middle infield, Sis Bates and Ali Aguilar, airtight. And then to have a third baseman like Hannah Flippin, good luck trying to get anything through the infield.
It's almost unfair how good those 3 are together. And just each of them can play any position in that infield. Hannah Flippin was one of the best to do it at Utah. I remember watching her and Anissa Ortez roll double plays together. It was unbelievable.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Ocasio's pitched in 1 big game. She knows the importance of getting the leadoff batter. There's Flippin. Softly hit Aguilar. Ocasio has retired the leadoff batter in each of the 4 innings. It's always a key. Here comes the captain, Erica Piancastelli. She struck out to end the first inning. I did a deep dive the other day on Piancastelli and found something just amazing. When she was a college player at McNeese State, how feared was she? In 2016, high pop up. It's going to be playable for Aguilar. 2 down. Continuing with Piancastelli. 2016, in the month of March, she had 2 different streaks. One time of being walked 11 consecutive times, and another time of getting walked 10 consecutive times. It's just incredible.
She had 75 homers over the course of her 4 years. It's not easy to do.
No.
I'd probably put her on 2 if I was a pitcher on the opposing team.
Sam Fisher is going to bat for the first time. She replaces Sarah Gronewagen in the lineup. Fisher, an original member of Athletes Unlimited Softball. Best to ever come out of Loyola Marymount. Fisher with some experience playing with Team USA, also some experience playing National Pro Fast Pitch. She's been at it a while, loves the game. 4-pitch walk to Fisher. That is the first walk allowed by Ocasio.
Second baseman, number 20,
There's some roll over innings on the line here. Nobody was able to score in the third inning, so the importance for Team Piancastelli to try to get something going. I know there's 2 outs, but putting a run up on the board puts pressure on Team Hayward to have to try to score, and they want to try to find a way to get some points. Team Hayward has won the first 2 innings, so 10 points for every member in the first and 10 points for every single member for winning the second.
So after throwing 4 straight balls to Fisher, Ocasio starts Clifton with a strike. And both Ocasio and the batter she's facing, Clifton, reaching the pinnacle as college players. Ocasio won a national championship in Florida. Clifton did it with Oklahoma. And we talked to Gwen Svekis an inning ago, and she said how much she likes talking to her pitchers in the circle. Doing it right now. What about you? When you pitched, and of course you pitched at elite level for a long time, did you like your catcher to come out to talk to you, or was it kind of annoying?
No, I mean, there's a time and a place. If it's every other pitch, you got no rhythm and flow. But you want that catcher to come out if they're unsure of what to call, because the last thing you want to do as a pitcher is continuously shake 3 pitches in a row. Just disrupts the momentum. And you like to kind of feel that. When you're in a good rhythm with your catcher, you almost feel unstoppable. But when you go shake, and then you shake, and then you're like, oh, God, am I questioning? Should I have thrown that? So it's just nice to be on that same page, and I like it when someone comes out and just kind of, hey, what do you want?
Little bit outside. Svekis tried to frame it.
And this little off-speed drop ball, not by much. I think if anything, she's thinking a little up, but that's a great 2-2 spot.
3-2. There goes Fisher, and the ball bounces before it gets to the plate. So back-to-back 2-out walks.
the shortstop.
Both Fisher and Clifton with 10 points because of the walks. Whoops. Apologize. Walks are 8 points this year. Last year they were 10. It's a slight adjustment.
And they had made the 2 adjustments also with a hit by pitch that used to be 10 points, and now they've changed that to 8.
All right, so runners at first, then at second. All this happening with 2 outs. Here's Britt Vonk. Former Cal Bear. Didn't play National Pro Fast Pitch last year. I'm sorry, didn't play Athletes Unlimited last year. Did play National Pro Fast Pitch in years past. Also played a lot of international ball with the Dutch national team. Born and raised in the Netherlands. Still lives over in Amsterdam. On a houseboat. It's pretty cool.
One thing I've seen this inning is just these hitters kind of lay off that down that I had talked about with all those strikeouts. They've tried to make her bring it up a little bit.
Did that hit her? It did. Wow, things have gone from bad to worse for Ocasio. With a 1-2 count, one gets away and it hits Vonk.
It's a little bit of a change-up just by how she releases it, and really close. One of the only players that I've really seen that doesn't wear an arm guard. If she had an arm guard on, it would be a clear hit by pitch. That just nicked her. It's a big inning here for Team Piancastelli. Like, they got to get some momentum. Not very rarely do you have a bases loaded situation. You want to try to capitalize. It's only a 2-run game. I mean, base hit here can tie this ball game up.
Riley Sarton-Vaughn making her first start on the weekend. Swings at the first pitch and bounces it off herself. 0-1. former Texas A&M Aggie, graduating in 2019. To third, flipping steps on the bag, side retired. Team Piancastelli, they leave them loaded. Missed opportunity. We're halfway through this one, the bottom of the fourth, when we return. Fans, we're back with our second of its kind limited edition softball set. Sets feature 60 player cards, 5 additional specialty cards that highlight stand-up moments from the league. Sets are $19.99 and available to purchase now through September 30th at Topps.com. This is the only opportunity to purchase these trading cards. Get yours today. All right, we're going to have some fun here. Bottom of the fourth inning, it is a 2-0 lead for Team Hayward over Team Piancastelli. And wearing an earpiece and a microphone is one of my favorite players, Megan Wiggins. Megan, how you doing out there in center field?
I'm doing good. The sun went down, so I'm in my zone now.
Curious, you played 9 years pro ball in National Pro Fast Pitch, 2 years here with Athletes Unlimited. How many games do you think you've played in center field on this field?
That's a good question. Probably nearly over 200 at least. I think for the first year or two, I might have been in left. But after that, I mean, it's probably a good 200 at least.
We can call this place the
Probably
ballpark
300.
that Megan Wiggins built. Truly, you played here probably more than any human being.
Yeah,
So,
I literally agree with you.
I don't know if I do, though.
Well, I was on the Bandits, so Kat wasn't here, and I played more home games than she did, obviously, here. So, and that was back in the day when we played like 700 games in 2.5 months. So, easily have those numbers down.
Megan, going into year 2, what's something that you're looking forward to the most after experiencing it all last year as well?
You know, I think last year was just like it's like an unexplainable thing that we all kind of just did together. You know, we had no fans. You know, so it's just like we experienced year 1 together, and we saw how good it was, how great everybody did. I mean, just the new structure. You know, so I think just growing as a player and kind of picking up on new things. But now we have this league that's like stacked. You know what I mean? Like we had people that were able to come this year that weren't able to come last year. And you know, I think it's just going to get more and more competitive year after year. And just continue to grow and continue to learn people and just make an impact. And, you know, talking to these girls, like, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you hit Cat? I've got that question a couple times already. But, you know, just freaking playing and just having fun and being a sponge, I think is really, really the funnest part. You know, I'm like, everybody's like, when are you going to retire? And I'm like, I still get freaking pissed if I get out. So whenever that's over, when I don't get mad, then we can talk about retiring. But until then, I'm like, heck no, I want to get on every freaking time.
Megan, I want to ask, I had reached out to a lot of people to ask what are questions that they want to know, and they want to know, like, what is your off-season training like going into a summer like this? Do you work on anything in particular?
Yeah, I think it's just like with this type of league, the versatility you see on the pitching mound. I mean, you face Kat, you face Lily, you face Carrie Eberly. You know, you have to be able to adjust very quickly. So just honing in on those skills, obviously being in physical shape is also important. You know, because it's really, you have a year, pretty much a year in between seasons. And just, you know, knowing who you're going to face. You know, I think really honing in on those matchups and kind of getting ahead of the game. So come scrimmage time, you've already faced Eberly in the cage. You've already faced Lily. You know what I mean? Like having your notepad out, like Lily does this, Kat does this. Especially after the first year, now you know who's going to be in the league. You know who's going to play again. Different things like that. It's just trying to keep that knowledge in the back of your mind. Stay in physical playing shape. Stay in, you know, game shape, which is the hardest part to train. You know, get some live reads if you're not, you know, part of the team or playing somewhere outside of this season. So.
Well, no, and I love it. To the little ears that are listening,
Yeah.
a lot goes into it, right? Like, you
Yeah.
got to do your homework. You have to have that notebook. And are you someone that likes to hit off? I know with Team Canada anyways, those hack attack machines were huge.
Yeah. I will die by that machine. When I do die, I'm gonna take that to my grave because that's like the number one. I tell people all the time, like, you know, younger athletes that ask, I'm like, buy a hack attack. I know it's expensive, but trust me, it's worth it.
Sis Bates gets her first base hit Here with Athletes Unlimited, she earned it. Look at that, she's so excited at first base. 10 points for Sis Bates, just got it over the glove of Britt Vaughn.
Hey, we got it here, we go. Hey, we got 2 here.
And it's cute, right, Eric? I mean, she's so excited. Look at her.
Hey, watch her going here.
I think besides Kat's no-hitter, Eberly has been, and McQuillan, but Eberly has been so effective. Like, what do you think?
I had her on when I was captain of the scrimmage games. I was like, no doubt, I'm going Sarah G and I'm going Eberly, just because I, through the grapevine, had some success during the summer off some teams that were able to face her. But, throw her in the fire, see what she can do, and just be able to, like, work with her and say, hey.
Sis Bates picking up a lot of points here this inning. There's 10 points for stealing a bag.
Just competitive. Like, I think she's one of those pitchers that when she figures it out, like, for real, like, grasps, like, how you're going to be successful in this league, I think she'll be very successful. We both know it's different from college to pro, but it's not a huge change, it's just an important change.
Do you try to help out any of those rookies that come in and just, like, pass on your experience of not only last year, but just the knowledge you've learned in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not a pitcher, but I've hit off quite a few of them. But I think for this league and even at the pro level, I always tell people it's location. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you want a good mix in speeds, but my goodness, if you throw everything over the white, it's going to be a long season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just understanding how important speed changes and just location, having command over your pitches. And you don't need to strike out everybody. You have All-Americans, 8, 9 All-Americans behind you, so pitch to your defense. And I think once they get that under their belt and understand that we don't need you to be 500 strikeout player, just pitch. Go in there, pitch, work with your catcher, figure out pitch sequences and stuff like that. I think they get it, because even last night, Kat's no-hitter, she didn't strike out everybody. I know one game last year, she probably, had 17 strikeouts. The defense made a lot of good plays last night. So I think if you get them to understand, we don't need you to be the big dog, we just need you to compete in the circle. I think, you'll see lights out change from, somebody like Eberly, I think, and that's the most important thing I see, is just understanding location and just going there with a poker face and just throw, trust your defense, work together, and then, see what you can do.
Megan, we thank you for your time. Wonderful talking to you as always.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Danielle.
One of my favorite players, Megan Wiggins, has been doing it for a long time and doing it well. Scoreless half inning, to the 5th we go. Our players were asked to talk about self-belief, time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Before we start our 5th inning, let's hear from Courtney Gaino, who's got a wonderful story.
Having belief and hope is what has gotten me through every situation that I've ever been in, and having that belief and knowing that there's a purpose and that there's a plan, that just gave me the confidence to get through every day, the hardest of times. At 3 days old, Gregory started having seizures when we were home. Even as a new mom, I knew there was something going on. It wasn't very obvious, but he stopped breathing and had to give him CPR, and it was a very, very scary time. And so he was in the hospital after that for about 4 weeks, and he has a rare condition, a rare genetic mutation called pyridoxine-dependent epilepsy. He has to take medication for the rest of his life and a special diet, but we've had so much support, and he's been seizure-free for a year now.
I mean, the cutest photo of him at the end. He has just been a treat to see in the stands. I have yet to meet him, and I need to squish him. He's the cutest little munchkin.
We thank Courtney for her story, and it's been fun this weekend watching her interact with her son and being able to be great at 2 different things. Best of the best in softball and also trying to be a great mom as well. Quickly one down as we play the 5th inning. Sierra Bryan challenging Hannah Flippin, which is rarely a good idea. Now back to the top of the order, Janie Reed. This is Reed's 3rd look at Alicia Ocasio. All right, I'm going to ask you again. Ocasio's third time through the lineup. Is it her job to come up with a different wrinkle, or is it now, or should she just keep staying the course?
Well, last inning got herself in a little bit of trouble, right? Had bases loaded situation, so I just think it's trying to figure out how to eliminate something like that happening, and 2 quick outs for her, so she really hasn't had to change up her game plan much.
I think Ocasio, with this infield, it's the best of every possible world for her. She gets soft contact. She's a great defender in the circle. And to have those elite defenders behind her, good golly, good luck. Quickly, 2 down here in the 5th inning. Kelsey Harshman, 1 for 2. 1 of 2 hits allowed by Ocasio. Ocasio has gone through 4 innings with a shutout. 2 outs here in the 5th. That means she's gotten 14 outs. 14 times 4. We'll let the math majors in the trust figure that one out.
Should I get my calculator out?
I think it's 52. So she's got 52 points just for getting the outs. She's also got 20 points for Team Hayward winning the 1st inning and the 2nd inning. So a good game already. Into left field, making the play, coming over Morgan Zirkle. A quick 1-2-3 inning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ocasio doing her thing. Time now for our Bat Club USA offensive moment of the game.
Well, and it goes to Ali Aguilar, who just goes opposite field, home run. Great piece of hitting. It's just a little 40-pointer for Ali Aguilar. I like that. First home run of the season for her.
So Aguilar has 60 points, the 40 points for the homer, plus the 20 inning points. And her last time up, she actually got 10 points because of a successful sacrifice bunt. So she's got 70 points in this game already. Now, she's not the leading point getter in today's game because of the gem right now being thrown by Alicia Ocasio. Ocasio, with the point total already accumulated so far in today's game, 80 points. She has moved up currently to 4th on the leaderboard. Wow. Good play by Janie Reed. She read that beautifully off the bat. One Olympian catches the ball off the bat of another Olympian. They're actually very good friends.
That's what I was going to say. It's a best friend to best friend at this point. I'd be, man, you couldn't have tripped on your cleat there. I needed a good day.
Here is your updated leaderboard. You see Alicia Ocasio, the power of the pitcher. 5 shutout innings has given her 286 points. Remember, at the end of tonight, the top 4 performers on that leaderboard will be next week's captains. Hannah Flippin is going to try Janie Reed. They better try someone else. Janie Reed's got left field covered like a blanket. All right, Danielle, super early. But for people who watched a lot of Athletes Unlimited softball last year to this year, the offense has not been what we saw last year. Maybe the pitching has been that much better. But we're used to see balls flying out of this ballpark. We had 100 homers last year in 30 games.
Yeah. The pitching has been a real treat to watch. It has been to see some of the performances this weekend with Kat with the no-hitter, Taylor McQuillan with the 5 hits that she gave up, but they were able to win. Like, it was just incredible watching her yesterday, and Carrie Eberly over the course of the, every single game we've got to see her pitch, and it just goes to show pitching usually wins. You can hit great spots, great location, and I've loved the pitchers that they've added. They bring a lot of spunk. They can throw the ball hard. A lot of them are all uniquely different. Like, the difference between a Carrie Eberly and a Sarah Groenewagen on the team is a lot, and they complement each other well. So when you're drafting these pitchers, you really want to try to find pitchers that are uniquely different, so you can at times pitch by committee a little bit, and we've seen teams doing that a lot more because the hitting is a lot better.
Sanders on the ground to 3rd. Sarton Vaughn. Good play. 3 good defensive plays made by Team Piancastelli. Eberly only needs 7 pitches to get through the frame. To the 6th we go. 2-0 lead. Team Hayward.
Who do you want to go here?
Let's go fast out. I feel like I'm hitting good spots.
Yes,
please.
you are. Here we go. We got 2 here. Yeah, D.
Alicia Ocasio calling her shot. She's big, magnificent 5 shutout innings. Well, if you want to get even closer to the game, we've got an opportunity for you. Join the Unlimited Club for free by downloading the Athletes Unlimited app. You'll receive all the latest news and updates in the palm of your hand, stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. Visit auprosports.com to learn more about the Unlimited Club and make your Geico Unlimited pick to unlock content from your favorite player. Also, if you want to join us in person, folks, we'd love to see you. You can also get an exclusive NFT. It is a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person, scan the QR code, and we'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each weekend this season. Collect all 5 and unlock a special offer. Get your tickets and start collecting. Megan Wiggins leads things off for Team Piancastelli. A ball and a strike to the veteran Wiggins. This is her 3rd look at Ocasio. Ocasio 5 shutout innings. She has struck out 5. 1 and 2 to Wiggins.
And I love that little soundbite of Svekis going out there in the pitcher circle, just asking Ocasio, like, what do you want to throw? I love hearing just the interactions of the game, right? And the battery and how important that is. But also as a pitcher, being able to take ownership and know that ultimately you're the one that has to call your own game. And I know a lot of little ears that listen, coaches call games for you, and you always have to be the one that's in control, and understanding that if there's a pitch that's called that you don't want to throw, I mean, you can't throw that. Ultimately, it comes down to the ball leaving your hand, and you have to be able to make those big decisions. And I think there are still some pitchers here that have had pitching coaches and coaches call for them, and they're still trying to get used to it.
On the ground softly, Aguilar. She's been perfect so far this season. 1 down, 0 for 3 evening for Wiggins. This is a super important inning. We have had 3 rollover innings to get here to the 6th, which means that this inning, whoever wins, whichever team scores more than the other this inning, will get 40 points. Every single person on the roster of the team that wins the inning will get 40 points. Big number.
And you know everyone's thinking that, and they're feeling that. It was up on the jumbo screen, letting everyone know what was at stake this inning. 40 points is if you're giving everyone on the team a home run. And Team Piancastelli is in some need of points. They have not been able to win a game so far. They've struggled winning the first couple innings.
On the ground foul. I love that. When there's a foul ball, even if it's 10 feet foul, Hannah Flippin will try and make a play. She plays with a special joy. High drive, deep center, gone! A homer! Erica Piancastelli, a long time coming, her first homer of the season. Piancastelli had 9 homers a season ago. This is her first of the 2021 campaign.
And this has to feel so good. A little too sweet over the plate, but had a lot of off speed on it, and she was able to stay on time. Straight away center, got all of that, and I can only imagine the pressure that she has felt being the captain, the one making the decisions. Everything that goes into that role is a lot. She was able to step up in a big moment and find a way to get up on the board.
Team Hayward still a 1-run lead. That is the biggest chunk of points available. You win a game, everyone on your team gets 50 points. But a good start to the 6th inning for Team Piancastelli. Sam Fisher softly to the first baseman Mauga and into that massive glove of hers.
The second baseman, number 20,
2 down. Just some housekeeping for you with that home run allowed by Ocasio. That's an earned run against her record, which means she loses 10 points. Here's Kaylee Clifton. She hammers this one into center field. Hayward on her horse, can't cut it off. Look at Clifton go. thinking about 3. Nope, she'll stop at second with a double. 20 points for Kaylee Clifton.
It's a great piece of hitting by Clifton. Goes with that curveball on the outside part of the plate. Victoria Hayward tried to cut it off, but had a lot of speed. And that's just the importance of passing the bat, right? Piancastelli with the home run, and then Sam Fisher with that little line out to Mauga. Then you have Clifton coming up and roping a double.
Here's Britt Vonk. Chance to tie this game with a well-placed single. On the ground, Mauga wins the race to the bag, side retired. But a run scored for Team Piancastelli. They've got an opportunity to win the inning if they can put a 0 on the board for Team Hayward when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at our Geico defensive play of the game. It's actually 3 consecutive plays made by Team Piancastelli an inning ago.
Reed out there, and left field was getting a lot of action. And then the left side, Riley Sarton-Vaughn, great footwork, able to time that up. Makes a clean throw.
1-run game. Things getting interesting. Bottom of the 6th inning. Already 1 run in for Janie Reed's Team Piancastelli here in the 6th. So should they hold Team Hayward scoreless, Janie Reed and everyone on Team Piancastelli will get 40 points. The captain herself, Erica Piancastelli, will hit an 80-point inning. She's the one who hit the home run worth 40 points, and this is a 40-point inning. That would be huge for her. All right, a tip of the cap to Carrie Eberly. What a pro debut for Eberly. Native of Charlotte, North Carolina. Eberly, coming into this game, had thrown 6 2/3 scoreless innings. She has thrown 3 scoreless innings, so she now is at 9 2/3 without allowing a run here in her first go-round with Athletes Unlimited.
She would be high up on my list that I would want to be drafting. Just the importance of keeping the ball in the park is number 1, but then you just look at what she brings to the table with that heavy drop ball. Gets a lot of ground balls, really uses her defense. Will strike some people out, but for the most part, she's going to challenge those infielders to come up and make some great plays. And as a defender, you love playing behind pitchers like that because you know you're going to be involved.
Gwen Svekis has done a good job today, hasn't been retired. She doubled and scored a run in the 2nd inning and walked against Eberly in the 3rd. Svekis, Mauga, and Howe scheduled to bat. Ball just disappears. Eberly has now gone 10 innings in her pro debut, has not given up a run.
I mean, this is just ridiculously good. Got a 2-2 count. Look at that 12-6 rotation on that pitch. Big strikeout. An amazing pitch.
Mauga off the pitcher's glove. No chance at all for Vonk, who throws it away. Doesn't go far enough away. Mauga will stay on at first base. Official score has already decided that is an infield single for Mauga. Mauga's first hit of the season.
Just kind of ricochets a little bit, and that's the hard thing sometimes in the circle, trying to allow some things to get by you, knowing the defenders are there behind you. Your natural reaction sometimes takes over.
Eberly has already induced batters against her to hit into 3 double plays over the weekend. And I got a number that's just going to blow you away, Danielle. That last strikeout, when Eberly got Svekis, that was her 10th full inning of shutout softball thrown, but that was her first professional strikeout.
That did blow me away.
She has allowed batters to put the ball in play, but they hit it so softly and they hit out of balls, it doesn't do any damage. Ball gets away from the catcher, Piancastelli, and that allows Mauga to take an extra base.
And just with so much on the line with those 40 inning points, right? Like, those are just the little things that can't happen. Have to find a way to get your body in front of that, because if you do get it in front of you, Mauga with not a ton of speed is not going to go on that. But when it gets behind you, that completely opens that up for her.
Now a tense moment. Team Piancastelli having a conversation. Athletes Unlimited Softball on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
It's a catchy jingle.
It is.
I see you dancing over here to my left.
Housekeeping, that ball that got away from Piancastelli is called a passed ball. That could be a factor. If Mauga comes in to score, it could be a factor on the ERA and the earned runs allowed for Eberle. Morgan Howe, 1 ball and 1 strike. Don't know if that last meeting between members of Team Piancastelli was just kind of a motivational pep talk, or if there was some strategy. A lot of different options. There is a base open at first if you want to pitch around Howe. Howe angry with herself. Still has another strike. As a pitcher, when you see a batter who's clearly frustrated with themselves, does that factor in what you're going to throw?
Well, no, but you love it, though. And you think, like, okay, well, maybe I'll go back to that spot and see if she'll swing it, something like that again.
She doesn't. Professional at bat from Morgan Howe. Doesn't make the same mistake twice.
And that's her little off speed. That came in there at 57 miles an hour, a little off speed drop change, which then makes her hard stuff look even harder down in the zone.
Little number, Eberle. Mauga doesn't try to go to third. Out is recorded at first. So there are now 2 outs. It's amazing how much weak contact there is against Eberle. All right, final hope for Team Hayward to get a run here in this 6th inning. Remember, 40 points are on the line. If they don't score, everyone on Team Piancastelli wins 4 consecutive innings because of the rollover and will get 40 points. Morgan Zirkle called strike 1.
Zirkle had a home run first game of the season. Loved seeing that from her. Such a triple threat, has power, can drop that bunt. You see her going with the little sneaky bunt, reading the defense, knowing that first and third are back.
0-2. What's Eberle thinking?
Nothing close.
Good take by Zirkle.
I don't know how she didn't swing at this. I mean, this slow motion, you can show me this all day. It is so pretty. All of that could have went either way.
2-2. Game hanging in the balance. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1-run lead for Team Hayward. Trying to at least tie this inning. Trying to add some insurance heading into the 7th and final inning. Three and two.
Heck of an at bat by Zirkle. Being able to lay off of those pitches. Try to make her bring the ball up in the zone a little bit more.
3-2. Foul. Eberle didn't start this game for Team Piancastelli. That was Sarah Gronewagen. Gronewagen went the first 2 innings. Faced 9 batters, allowed 2 to score. Gave up a run in the first and a run in the second. Epperly's thrown a shutout ever since. But now she walks circle to put runners on at first and at second. And I don't know if Epperly is upset with himself or upset with the umpire, but she's clearly frustrated.
And she's towing up the line there, too. I mean, Piancastelli did a heck of a job framing that pitch. I think the couple she threw before could have been more of a strike than that one, but I can understand her frustration a little bit for sure.
Here's Sis Bates, single her last time up. Off-speed pitch, a beauty. Bates on top of the world with that single back in the 4th inning, was so happy. Back-to-back beauties. Mauga on at second. Zirkle follows her at first. Slapped foul. If this was just a race on the base paths, I'm telling you, if everything was equal, Zirkle could catch Mauga on the race to home plate. Zirkle's the fastest player in the league, if you ask me.
She is.
As Zirkle can absolutely fly. She's on at first. She's got Mauga in front of her.
Yeah, there's no lapping your base runner in softball. Can't lap.
Another 0-2 pitch. Epperly just can't get to that dugout. She can't get a final strike. She had Zirkle set up, 0-2, lost her on a walk. And now Bates battling. Number foul.
That's where you just really, as a pitcher, sometimes it's not so much the strikeout that you need, but you just want to induce that ground ball, right? You want to get that good drop ball rotation, hit a really good spot, and trust your defense.
Two and two.
And I love really just getting to hear, you can hear the captain, Victoria Hayward, really talking, just cheering Sis Bates on. Energy is contagious.
Another foul ball off the bat of Sis Bates. Just trying to keep going and give Victoria Hayward an opportunity to bat in this inning.
And I gotta go drop in here. She's really been going away to those lefties with that drop spin, but that last pitch that she thought was a strike that she threw to Zirkle where she didn't get, if she can locate that a little bit better, that's a tough pitch to hit. I gotta go in, and I gotta go with my bread and butter.
Oh, she does a little bit too far in.
And that's the difference. Like, if she can locate that, I think she's going to get her. She's not expecting it in. I say you go back to that spot, but just get a little bit more body awareness to get that pitch exactly where you want.
All right, this is a huge advantage for Mauga at second base. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. She's going to run with the pitch. Called. No! It's a ball.
Wow.
It's inside. What an eye by Sis Bates. And Epperly just can't get that 3rd strike.
That's an incredible eye by Sis Bates. I mean, I think you have to bring that up, obviously, because it was just way too down for a 3-2 pitch where it wouldn't be a called strike. But for Sis Bates to be able to lay off that, that's a heck of an at-bat. Quality ABs by Morgan Zirkle and Sis Bates.
Inning began when Svekis struck out, Mauga a single. Morgan Howe bounced out to the pitcher, but then back-to-back walks. Zirkle and Bates and Team Hayward, the bases loaded. And the captain, Victoria Hayward, steps into the left-handed batter's box. 1 run, and the inning is tied. No blood. If 2 runs score, Team Hayward will win the 40 points for winning the inning. Again, Everly has no trouble throwing strike 1 and strike 2. It's just finishing up batters that's been the issue.
Well, in no better position here for the captain, Victoria Hayward. You saw Piancastelli step up in the last inning with the home run as the captain, and now you have Hayward with bases loaded and 2 out.
Another 0-2 count. 3 straight batters have started 0-2 against Everly.
Well, and we haven't seen her throw that much, right? Like, that was 52 miles an hour. A little off-speed drop, pretty pitch.
Wow, that saved a run. Piancastelli smothers it. Everly has to be wondering, is this happening again? Softly back to Everly. Oh, she gets out of it like Houdini. Great job by Carrie Everly. She was extended, had to throw over 30 pitches, but she gets out of it unscathed. 40 inning points go to Team Piancastelli. Well, one of the really cool things about Athletes Unlimited is the aspiration round the bases. Erica Piancastelli, a home run an inning ago. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, aspiration is planting 100 trees. Over 36,000 trees were planted in 2020, and heading into today, over 2,400 trees have already been planted this season, thanks to aspiration's support of rounding the bases. And Erica Piancastelli, thirsty after her homer.
Just can't find a way to. I struggle getting the straw into my kids' juice boxes.
She's better at hitting a 70-mile-an-hour rise ball than she is at getting that straw into that thing.
The good old Capri Sun.
All right, we've reached the 7th inning. It is an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. 2-1 lead for Team Hayward. Alicia Ocasio's gone the distance. She has 3 more outs she needs to get. Riley Sarton-Vaughn, the 8th hitter in the lineup, will be followed by Sierra Bryan unless we have a pinch hitter, and then Janie Reed. Number on the ground. Flippen's going to have to hurry. Hannah Flippen threw it down the line. Sarton-Vaughn is going to be safe. Didn't know where the ball was, and so she can't take second. But a good start to this 7th inning for Team Piancastelli. That scored an infield single. Flippen would have been perfect, and then maybe got a little bit of good fortune to get the out at first. So a leadoff single worth 10 points for Riley Sarton-Vaughn. That is her first hit here with Athletes Unlimited, so 10 points for her. All right, the captain for Team Piancastelli, Erica Piancastelli, is making a move. Not only is she going to insert Samantha Shaw into the game, but she's also going to give her some special instructions. I think she's saying hit it over the fence, right? She's not going to ask her to punt.
No. I'm waiting for a Sam Shaw bomb. I want to know, is she going to bat flip? Is she not? 5 home runs on the season last year.
Oh, she does ask her to punt. Ocasio, dangerous play! Oh, she made it! The guts of a cat burglar, are you kidding me? I don't sure any other pitcher in this year's Athletes Unlimited is going to try for that out, but she did it, she made it.
Yeah, this was incredible. The fact when I saw all of Team Victoria Hayward huddled together and Sis Bates was talking, I think, about this exact play to just let her know, if you get it, I'll be there. So quick to be able to come in and make this throw. Was not exactly on the money, but that's okay. Sis Bates finds a way to get it, keeps her foot on the base, and gets that key lead out.
That's why being an elite athlete as a pitcher pays dividends. You're the 5th infielder.
You really are.
So it is a fielder's choice, And Shao is retired. And Shao is immediately replaced by the woman that she replaced. Sierra Bryan is reinserted back into the game. So Bryan, who can run, on at first base.
I'm a little shocked that they brought her in to pinch hit to bunt. Like, when I think of Bryan, that was her specialty, right? Triple threat, coming from the left side, can hit, bunt, slap. Keep me on the edge of my seat up here.
Janie Reed down to the count 0-2. Team Piancastelli with a goose egg so far this weekend. A loss against Team Osterman on Saturday, a loss against Team Warren on Sunday. Every game they've played has been tight. Low scoring pitchers duels. Janie Reed into the gap. This could score Bryan. Look at her go. Sierra Bryan around third. She's being waved. The throw, not in time, and we're tied. Janie Reed, the biggest swing of the game. A run-scoring double, and we're tied at 2.
Wow. Just too much hard of the plate, right? You miss over the plate, you're gonna get hurt. And Janie Reed can swing a big stick too. Does not just bunt or slap, and she shows it right there. Pretty hitting. Bryan turns on the wheels. A little close. For a second, I thought she didn't touch the plate, and she went back to touch home plate.
Wow. So the decision by Piancastelli to reinsert Sierra Bryan to run for Samantha Shao, obviously the right move, because Bryan got around those 3 bases quickly. And we got a brand new ball game, folks. It is tied at 2. And a pitching change for Team Hayward. Victoria Hayward decides to take out Ocasio, who was magnificent for the first 6 innings. And we're going to have Haley Wagner come in.
I like the change. I've been finding a way to get to Ocasio a little bit, but she's just continued to get herself out of some jams. And I just think here with the 1 out to make this change, try to stop the damage, stop the bleeding. Haley Wagner coming from the left side is going to snap off that curveball into a righty, away from a lefty. Throws that screwball on the opposite side of the plate, so into the lefties.
So we know that we will play the bottom of this 7th inning. Will it be tied, or will Team Piancastelli have the lead? And we got another game coming your way. Find that one on CBS Sportsnet. It is going to be Team Osterman taking on Team Warren.
Slide feet first. Very, very often, I slid feet first. For Sierra.
Kelsey Harshman grabbing a bat. She's going to hit with a runner on at second base. In the on-deck circle is Megan Wiggins. Megan's got a microphone. She's listening to us. Megan, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I just ran the bases on that whole play, so I'm good. You got it. Hey, you're on it. You're seeing it. See it. See it here. Hey, play the game here. 3s. Here we go, baby.
What an inning for you guys. Lots of action. I was kind of shocked that they put Sam Shao in and then she bunted.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, we're rolling with it. I think actually our team has been struggling a little bit with runners on, so honestly, we talked about it before the game. We get runners on, where it's automatically like, we're going to get her, we're going to move her. You know, I mean, regardless who's on.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, we haven't really scored a whole lot. We've had runners, we've had base hits, but it's kind of been our weakness this weekend. It seems like it's just timely hitting, you know, and really just moving the runners with less than 2 outs or even no outs, just kind of moving the runner. So in that situation, I get it because we talked about it, but yeah. But that's why you have a team of 9 in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3s. Here you go, Beth.
Little flipper is going to be playable for Bates. 2 down. All right, Megan, we wish you luck.
Thank you.
Center fielder, number 25, Megan Wiggins.
So Megan Wiggins, an opportunity here. Runner on at second, 2 outs, and Wiggins a bat against a pitcher she's very familiar with, Haley Wagner. Megan Wiggins, so far today, 0 for 3. She's bounced to second twice. Is this a gapper? Into right center, it's caught! Morgan Howe runs it down and saves the day. Morgan Howe keeps this game tied at 2. Wow. All right, we're tied at 2. The bottom of the 7th when we come back to Rosemont, Illinois. This game has really turned here in the late innings. A single run for Team Piancastelli in the 6th, another run in the 7th, and we're tied at 2. An absolutely identical runs, hits, and errors, 2, 6, and 0 for both sides. And now all of a sudden, Carrie Eberle, who has kept Team Piancastelli in the game, has 3 more outs to get to force this one into extra innings. Ali Aguilar leads things off. Aguilar followed by Hannah Flippin and then DJ Sanders. This is 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for Team Hayward. You wonder if Eberle is starting to tire.
When I saw the captain, Team Piancastelli, talking with her, probably having that conversation, right? Like, you can have those open lines of communications. Hey, do you want to stay in this game? Kind of, where's your head at? How are you feeling? And most pitchers don't want to be pulled when the game's on the line with something like this, right? Like, you love the feeling that the game gives you when there's pressure. And if you don't, you shouldn't be a pitcher, because there's more feelings of pressure than you want. But it's just a fun environment to be in when the game's on the line.
Eberle, coming out of the bullpen, has thrown 82 pitches. She's been used every day this weekend. And oh, by the way, hadn't given up a run. Rookie out of Oklahoma State has been the goods. That's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Best opportunity for Team Hayward to score against Eberle came an inning ago. With 2 outs, they had the bases loaded, and their captain, Victoria Hayward, bounced out to the pitcher. Aguilar's had a good game. Homered in the first inning. That was off of Sarah Gronewagen. Three and 2. Danielle, this is the 3rd look that Aguilar has against Eberle today. That's significant.
Well, and seeing what she did her first at bat with the home run. She's swinging a hot bat. When Aguilar is the type of hitter, right? She's an elite hitter. She's played the game at the highest level for a really, really long time, and going on her 3rd at bat with Eberle, it's just trying to make an adjustment.
Eberle's 3-2. On the ground, Sarton Vaughn. One down. Next in line is Hannah Flippin. It's been a fun game to watch. Hasn't been a slugfest like we saw in so many games last year, but it's just been played well. Neither side has made an error. All the pitching has been really good. Alicia Ocasio is matched by Carrie Eberle almost pitch for pitch. Flippin can end it with 1 swing of the bat. She's got good power. Flippin 6 homers in 15 games last season with Athletes Unlimited. Doesn't have a homer so far here opening weekend.
Pretty pitch, and it's hard trying to hit a heavy down ball pitcher, and as far as trying to make adjustments, you'll see some hitters try to drop their backside and get under their ball, or you'll see some hitters where they try to tilt their shoulders a little bit to match that shoulder angle with the ball, and it is not easy. People will say, like if you were to ask if you'd rather face someone heavy down in the zone or somebody up, most would say up, because up at times tends to miss more than down.
Hannah Flippen, statistically the hardest batter to strike out in Athletes Unlimited. Now in 60 at-bats combined over 2 seasons, she struck out 3 times.
She's a tough out for sure. Just absolutely battles, and you know she's probably putting that added pressure that she thinks she needs to be doing more.
Right to Sarton Vaughn. One third baseman to the other third baseman, 2 outs.
Designated player, 37, DJ Sanders.
All right, last thing standing between Carrie Eberly and the 8th inning is DJ Sanders. With the way Eberly's pitching, I'm so curious as to how high she's going to get taken in the draft tomorrow. She's unbelievable. Hasn't given up a run. 3 games over the weekend. She's now over 11 innings of scoreless softball against the best hitters in the world.
And that's what I was going to say. She's able to throw a lot because she's come fresh out of college. She's been throwing all summer. It's not like you're throwing somebody in there that is going to wake up the next day and be really sore. I mean, she may wake up on Tuesday and be a little bit stiff, but she'll be in the perfect position to be able to potentially go into 3 separate games for you.
Good hitters count for Sanders. Two and one. Just handed a note. There was not an extra inning game all of last season. 30 games last year, never once did we play the 8th inning. And we're now 1 strike away from getting to an 8th inning. Well, if DJ Sanders makes it out here, it will be another inning 1 for Team Piancastelli. They scored a run here in the top of the 7th inning to tie the game at 2. And we will have extra innings for the first time in Athletes Unlimited history. Extra innings here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex. Carrie Eberly, how do you do? Now it's a smorgasbord of Athletes Unlimited softball this evening here in Rosemont, Illinois. This is our first game. We've got another game coming up later. It's going to be Team Osterman led by the great Kat Osterman, who put on the display yesterday. The first no-hitter in Athletes Unlimited history. She was superb.
Such good spin on that drop ball. One of the best drop ball pitchers to do it. There she is, over awaiting game 2.
Yeah, we have Team Warren taking on Team Osterman. That's coming at 10 Eastern time, but we still have this one to finish. It is the 8th inning for the first time in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. This is year 2. We are playing an 8th inning, and the 8th inning is different than the 7th inning or the 6th. It's different than anything else out there. We're going to start with a runner on its second base. And just so you know, individual stats, team points, they don't matter here. Just because it's an extra inning and possibly an extra couple of innings, it would be an unfair advantage to all the different players who play in this game and not just a regulation 7-inning game. So no individual points on the line, just the game points. Who's going to win the ball game? Runner on its second, Erica Piancastelli is the leadoff batter. She hits against Haley Wagner, who came on in relief of Alicia Ocasio an inning ago. Megan Wiggins made the final out of the 7th inning, so she checks in at second base. Piancastelli, wow, the captain with a lot of power. Little sneak attack bunt.
Well, and we heard Megan Wiggins talking on the on-deck circle about they always find themselves in a position where they can get on base, but they can't ever advance those runners to score them. And with putting that runner on second, it's similar to that international rule with the national team. So that's always the rule when you play international softball. You get to extra innings, you put a runner on second, you want to sacrifice to move her over. And now Piancastelli's job is harder, right? She's got an 0-2 count. The only thing that you do not want to do is strike out. You want to try to do everything in your power to hit the ball to the right side, see it a little bit deeper.
And Piancastelli got hit. That hits Piancastelli, and down to the count of ball and 2 strikes. She can't be upset about it. She'll keep the line moving. Runners on at first and at second.
And this just got away from Wagner and just kind of gets her on the inside part of her elbow. Exactly where the arm guard is not is where it got her. And now is an even better opportunity to sacrifice. Sam Fisher, now you can put 2 runners in scoring position and give yourself a chance to score 2 runs with a base hit instead of just the 1.
Sam Fisher came on back in the 4th inning. This is her 3rd plate appearance. She has walked and grounded out. Tries a bunt on Flippin, and Flippin not going to make a mistake there. This is a hard infield to lay a bunt down on. Flippin quick as a cat on that one.
This is just incredible defense. You see Hannah Flippin running in literally before the pitch is even thrown, setting herself up for this situation to even happen. Sis Bates a lot of speed over to 3rd. This is incredible. She was out by a long shot.
5-6 on the fielder's choice. Kaylee Clifton. Yeah, Clifton has been known for some dramatics. She ended a game last year with a walk-off home run. That was in the 7th inning of a game last year. If she hits a homer here, it wouldn't be a walk-off, but it would go a long way towards getting Team Piancastelli a win. That'll score a run, possibly. Stopping at 3rd. No, look at that. Piancastelli is thrown out. Piancastelli rounded the bag too far and was... Oh, I thought the signal was out. I'm sorry. I thought the signal was out. The 3rd base umpire looked as if he called Piancastelli out, but apparently she's safe.
It's a great piece of hitting by Clifton. Piancastelli being held up. And I like that hold up. Now you have a situation, bases loaded. I think she would have been dead out at home. Mind you, it does set up a double play situation here, and if you're Haley Wagner and the defense, you need to know that. Roll that ground ball. Vonk has a lot of speed, but if you get something hot enough, you can potentially turn it.
Vonk right back to Wagner, to home for 1. That's the only out they'll get. Oh, they're going to get another out. Fisher went too far. And Fisher is out. What a way to end an inning. A double play, and somehow Team Hayward survives. Oh, what a disastrous situation for Team Piancastelli. Erica Piancastelli, the captain, just can't believe what just happened. A double play and a ball hit back to the pitcher.
And I think they're just awaiting confirmation that there was a direct tag. I think Team Piancastelli is saying that the runner was not tagged.
There's the force at home. Sam Fisher rounded too far from 3rd. Svekis gets it back. Did she tag Fisher?
And I think, if anything, she's just too far out of the baseline. You have a certain window at where you're able to go, and looks a little bigger than 3 feet to me.
This is an umpire review. This isn't a coach's challenge. This is an umpire review because we have that capability. Yeah, to me, Sam Fisher was clearly out of the base path.
When you just have that 3 feet that you can really work with as a base runner, and if you go outside that 3 feet, it would be an automatic out.
So our replay official, Rachel Palmer, gonna have the final verdict. So they're looking right here is whether or not the tag was made and whether or not Fisher was more than 3 feet out of the baseline. Call on the field was out and innings over. But we're just confirming with the replay official Rachel Palmer. Now this is obviously critical, and this decision is still pending. Well, Danielle, since this is taking a little longer than we would have thought, this possibly could be overturned.
I see it.
You see a tag?
I do.
Tag. We have a tag on the runner on the first attempt. She was not outside the 3-foot path, base path. We are upholding the call and staying with the call.
Well, thank you. That's our replay official, Rachel Palmer, and the out is confirmed. So the out is confirmed, and we move now to the home half of the 8th inning. Missed opportunity, no doubt about it, for Team Piancastelli. Team Hayward an opportunity to win the game now as they bat with a runner on second base to begin the frame.
Sam Fisher kind of getting herself caught up there is really the difference between them scoring a run or not. And Team Hayward trying to get a little momentum in the stands, starting to do some cheers. They're the Blue Bandits.
Danielle, what a bizarre way to end the top of this 8th inning. A 1-2-5-2 double play. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Team Piancastelli runs themselves out of an inning.
And base running is so important, right? Like, just to be dialed in with those types of things. And unfortunately, Fisher just was a little bit too much off the base and found herself in a pickle. But if anyone can get them out of this, it can be Everly.
Carrie Everly has not given up an earned run.
She's been incredible.
In her pro career, 3 appearances over 3 straight days. She came out of the bullpen in the 3rd inning. She pitched 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. 5 shutout innings. And now she'll have to put another 0 on the board. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping here. Should she give up a run here, obviously Team Hayward would win. It actually wouldn't be an earned run because she's starting with a runner on at second base. That's what we do here in extra innings. But you can't say how important this is right here because 50 points are on the line for every team member for Team Hayward. Should they win the game, you win a game, everyone on your team gets 50 points. Team Hayward will start with a runner on at second base. DJ Sanders, who made the final out in the 7th inning, will start at second. Gwen Svekis will bat, followed by Katiana Malga and Morgan Howe. It'll be interesting to see how Team Hayward decides to maneuver this inning. And it will not actually be DJ Sanders. It's going to be the starting pitcher for Team Hayward, Alicia Ocasio, as the pinch runner. So Sanders had been the DP, and she can flip-flop with Ocasio. So Ocasio inserted into the game to run for DJ Sanders at second base. Game could end here in a moment. Home half of the 8th inning. Gwen Svekis. She's had a good opening weekend. Doubled and scored her first time up, also drew a walk and struck out. This is her 3rd look against Carrie Eberly.
You see the corners pinching in, knowing that a bunt is probably brewing to advance that runner.
Is it easier to bunt against a drop ball pitcher?
No, it's not easy at all. You want to see that ball up, and when it's going down, sometimes you'll see yourself kind of casting your bat at the ball. You want to make her bring the ball up in the zone. Use your legs to go up and down, not the bat.
Svekis has a hard time. 1 ball and 1 strike. That is now 100 pitches out of the bullpen for Carrie Eberly.
I was scooting to the front of the box. I mean, she does have good velo, but even just moving up a little bit is going to elevate the look of that ball a little bit to be able to barrel something up. Now, Svekis kind of finds herself in a little bit of trouble. Obviously, a 1-2 count. You just want to try to hit the ball to the right side, put that ball in play, advance Ocasio.
Two and two. Oh, the one thing that Eberly doesn't do exceptionally well, and it hasn't obviously affected her at all, is she doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. She has struck out 2 so far in the ball game. Those are her first 2 strikeouts of the weekend. Into center field. Will this do it? Here comes Ocasio. Here comes the throw. It's over. Gwen Svekis has done it. It is a walk-off win for Team Hayward. It took a while, our first extra inning game in the history of Athletes Unlimited, and it's won by Team Hayward. They finish their weekend 2 wins and just 1 loss.
So cool for Gwen Svekis, the excitement, everyone just kind of hugging. It means so much. This is an amazing piece of hitting. She just barrels this baby up. It is a little bit too much over the plate, and she's able to get through it. Perfect hitting. Ocasio, a ton of speed, hence why she was put at second base. What a moment for Team Hayward. First extra innings we've seen, Eric. I love it.
We had history yesterday at the first no-hitter thrown by Kat Osterman. We have history tonight with the first extra inning game, and it's won by Team Hayward. That'll do it. 3-2 final score. Team Hayward beats Team Piancastelli in 8 innings. Game 2 of the doubleheaders coming up tonight, 10 Eastern, over on CBS Sports Network. Team Warren takes on Team Osterman. For Danielle, I'm Eric. We'll see you then.
Can't get enough, yeah. Hey, just can't get enough.